Once upon a time, in a bustling little town, there lived a cute, fluffy dog named Dogi. Dogi had soft brown fur, twinkling eyes, and a wagging tail that never seemed to rest. He was more than just a charming doggy, he was also the beloved companion of an elderly man named Mr. Tim, who used a wheelchair. Mr. Tim and Dogi shared a special bond. Dogi seemed to know exactly how to make Mr. Tim smile on even the cloudiest days. Every morning, he would nuzzle Mr. Tim awake with gentle kisses, and together, they would set off for a stroll around the neighborhood with Dogi leading the way. One sunny afternoon, Mr. Tim decided to go to the local park. It was his favorite place to relax, listen to the birds, and watch Dogi chase the squirrels, though never catching them. As they made their way there, Dogi stopped to sniff at every interesting bush, flower, or lamp post along the sidewalk. Suddenly, as they were approaching a busy intersection, Dogi's ears perked up. He heard a distant rumbling getting louder, and he sensed something wasn't quite right. As if by instinct, he looked up and noticed a car zooming down the road, the driver seemingly unaware of the red light ahead. Without a moment to waste, Dogi sped to action. He barked sharply, trying to get Mr. Tim's attention. But Mr. Tim didn't have time to react. So Dogi did what he had to, he dashed to the foot of Mr. Tim's wheelchair and pushed with all his might. With a powerful shove, Dogi the dog moved the wheelchair backward, just enough to roll Mr. Tim away from the path of the oncoming car. The car sped past, mere inches from where Mr. Tim and Dogi had been moments before. The screech of brakes and the startled cries from pedestrians filled the air. Dogi barked triumphantly, beating his tail like a little drum as if celebrating his heroic feat. Mr. Tim was shaken but unharmed, and he reached down to give Dogi a grateful pat. "Oh, Dogi, you saved me!" Mr. Tim exclaimed, realizing just how close a call he had experienced. A crowd of onlookers gathered, some filming the brave little hero on their phones, while others cheered for Dogi, the cutest hero in town. From that day on, Dogi gained a little collar with a tiny golden charm engraved with the word hero. But to Mr. Tim and his neighbors, Dogi was always a hero, with or without a shiny charm. Dogi and Mr. Tim continued their walks, with Dogi always keeping an ear and an eye out, wagging his tail and living happily alongside his thankful friend. And so, the tale of Dogi and his brave deeds spread through the town, reminding everyone that heroes come in all shapes and sizes, and sometimes, they walk on four paws.